Chapter 19. Home. Page 135. The boy and his uncle were very happy to see each other. The uncle picked his nephew up and gave him a big hug. "What happened to you?" the boy asked. "When I wouldn't join the pirates," his uncle began, "they had left me on the rock all alone. I had a little food and water. It's good that you found me when you did." "Yes, we're all very lucky," Dr. Dolittle agreed. "Now I think we should get you home. I'm sure everyone will be worried." Dr. Dolittle followed the uncle's directions back to his home, where they arrived in only a few hours. Townsfolk ran to meet them as they docked in the harbor. As soon as they saw it was the little boy and his uncle, they began to cheer. The townsfolk gathered around the boy. They listened as he told them what had happened. "If it weren't for Jip, we never would have found him," he said. A woman rushed through the crowd and grabbed the boy. She lifted him up into her arms. "My little boy!" she cried. "Mother!" he said. He hugged her tight and began to cry. The mayor of the town walked over to Dr. Dolittle. "However can we thank you?" he asked. "We surely would have lost them both without you." "We always help whenever we can," Dr. Dolittle said. "Please stay for the night," the mayor said. "We'll have a feast and a dance to celebrate. It would be our honor." So everyone walked back to the town. A long table was set up in the middle of the town square. They put up decorations and lit all the street lamps. Everyone brought food to share, so there was plenty to eat. They all sat down and had a wonderful meal. After dinner, the mayor made a speech. He thanked Dr. Dolittle and the animals again. "And now we would like to give a present to Jip, something special for a special dog." The mayor held out a small box. Dr. Dolittle opened it up for Jip. "My goodness," the doctor said. "How beautiful." He held it out for Jip. It was a collar made of solid gold, which read, "To Jip, the cleverest dog in the world." Jip wagged his tail to say, "Thank you." He asked Dr. Dolittle to pass the message on in human language as well. The celebration went long into the night. Everyone sang and danced and laughed. Dr. Dolittle could not remember the last time he'd had so much fun, and Jip could not remember a time when he'd felt so proud. The next morning, Dr. Dolittle prepared to set sail again. "Wouldn't you like to stay a while longer?" the mayor asked. "Yes," the boy added. "Why don't you stay until winter?" "I'm sorry," Dr. Dolittle said. "I really must be going. I've been away for far too long already." So the doctor and his animals all piled back on the boat. They set sail once again. All the townsfolk gathered on the beach and waved goodbye. They arrived back in England on a bright sunny day. They did not go home right away, though. First of all, Dr. Dolittle sent the boat to his friend the fisherman. He hoped he would be pleased with his new pirate ship. The Push-Me-Pull-You had grown to love the doctor and all the animals. He thought of them as his new family. He knew the doctor needed money to run his home, so the Push-Me-Pull-You told the doctor that he would like to help. He offered to go on display. "Are you sure?" the doctor asked. "I know you are shy. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable." "It would be my pleasure to help," the Push-Me-Pull-You said. "I don't feel so shy with all of you. I don't feel as lonely as I did in the jungle." So the doctor and his animals toured the country. They stopped in every town along the way. They put up a sign that said, "See the Push-Me-Pull-You? Only 50 cents." People came for miles around to see this strange creature. They became so popular that they bought a tent where more people could see the Push-Me-Pull-You at the same time. Of course, Dr. Dolittle let children in for free when he thought no one was looking. This made Dab-Dab angry, but she did not try to stop it. How could she complain when it made the doctor so happy? Eventually, their show grew so well known that the men from the circus arrived. They wanted to buy the Push-Me-Pull-You. They offered Dr. Dolittle a great deal of money. It was enough that he would never have to worry again. But the doctor said no. "I'm sorry, gentlemen," he said. "He is a friend of mine. I can never sell a friend. Besides, I promised to send him home if he was ever homesick. How could I do that if he was in the circus?" The circus men tried to change the doctor's mind. They offered him more money. They said he could visit whenever he wanted, but still the doctor said no. When the leaves started to turn colors and the air was chilly, it was time to go home. Dr. Dolittle gathered his little troop and headed back to the Puddleby on the marsh. Everything was fine at his home. The old horse had kept the place running smoothly, the house was clean, and the yard was neat. The horse had not done it all by himself, of course. The field mice and hedgehog helped out when they could. The fisherman and butcher also stopped by. They made sure there was enough straw and fresh water. Even your sister came to visit, the horse said. She dusted the house and swept the floor. It was a great help. That was certainly kind of her, Dr. Dolittle said. It was not long before everyone settled in old routines. Tutu found his favorite place in the barn. Gub Gub curled up in the corner of the yard. Dab Dab made a nest for herself on the porch. Jip walked up and down the yard until he found the perfect tree to lie under. He was very proud of his gold color. He showed it to everyone who stopped by. Dr. Dolittle walked around his house. He looked through all his books and cupboards. It had been a wonderful adventure going to Africa, but he was very, very glad to be home. Back in Africa, the monkeys were doing much the same thing. Once the terrible sickness was over, they went back to their normal lives. They swung in trees and played in the fields. They ate bananas and green leaves. At night, they told stories to one another, the same stories that Chee-Chee told Dr. Dolittle and the other animals about giant lizards and woolly mammoths. They also told stories about the great doctor who came to visit them when they were sick. The story of Dr. Dolittle was everyone's favorite. "I wonder what the doctor is doing right now?" a little monkey asked. "Do you think he'll come back to visit soon?" asked another. Polynesia, who was staying with the monkey, spoke up. "Of course he will," she said. "I'm sure he will. How could he not come back for a visit? My word, monkeys can be very silly creatures." Then the crocodile would call up from his place by the river, "I'm sure he will. Now go to sleep." Even though they were thousands of miles apart, they still felt close to the doctor. They knew that he would always come if ever they needed him. All the animals lay their heads down and fell sound asleep, dreaming of their dear friend Dr. Dolittle back in Puddleby on the marsh. The end.